why I despise Nick Fuentes and hate Nick Fuentes is the same reason why I despise and hate ultra Zionists that I sometimes call pigs on Twitch that end up causing me to get banned, right? That's the same thing. It's the same reason, because I'm consistently and principally anti-fascist. In any case, he didn't stop there. He said a bunch of other stuff as well. There was a video that I wanted to show you. I don't know where it is, but I did respond with, I'd rather be a class traitor than a gay Mexican manlet neo-Nazi. I suspect he did not like that, which is part of the reason why, and I will show you this now, he went on a tangent. He went on a fucking rant, literally defending Benjamin Netanyahu.
That's really funny.
This guy can't even be consistently anti-Semitic. I guess that's not a bad thing.
Wait, did he really? No way.
Not such a bad thing.
Nick Fuentes, he defended Netanyahu? No way.
Anti-Semite, avowed white supremacist, prominent anti-Semite, Nicholas Fuentes. There's one group of people that he hates more than Jews.
What is?
Let's take a look at who that group is.
Hsan Piker just got banned on Twitch, which W's in the chat. Hsan Piker just got banned on Twitch for calling supporters of ICE Zionist pigs. He says, if you support ICE, you're a Zionist pig. Really? Once again, it's like, what is the value of someone like that? Hsan Piker is human garbage. I didn't know they stack shit that high. Hsan Piker.
Oh, height reference too? Why are you bringing up height, baby?
That is so interesting. These two have been
odd.
The opposite of the spectrum.
It's just odd to bring up height like that. I didn't know they stack shit that high.
Piker is human trash who should be deported back to Turkey.
Honestly,
we should just put him in the ocean like Osama bin Laden. We should just give him a watery grave like bin Laden. Just tie weights to his ankles and throw him overboard. I don't care who the fuck does it. I don't care if the IDF does it. Hey, Netanyahu, if you can hear us, can you do us a solid? Netanyahu, if you're listening, you know what do you know what would get all of Gen Z white guys, right-wingers to support Israel again? You need to go Maduro on Hsan Piker and fucking throw him in the ocean. Give him a watery grave. You want us to support Israel? You want to make the case? Why should we ally with Israel? You know, that would be a start.
This motherfucker is, I mean, this is not surprising, I hope, to anybody, really, that's been paying attention.
Oh my gosh, it's not made for kids.
But he's out here dick-eating Israel with the hopes that Israel will fucking, you know, assassinate me. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But there are people out there that when they get to a certain place, when they get to a certain place in their commentary, in their ideology, they're so one note. They're just so locked and loaded on singularly hating your boy. And it makes no damn sense. So much so that they will cast aside their previous enmity that they've spent years and years developing. This man has been banned from every fucking platform.
It's so fascinating.
Okay?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Every goddamn
that's
platform.
So fascinating. He's right, you know.
A Jew hater. He is. He's just a straight up anti-Semite. He is trying to get me to also become an anti-Semite, and failing, of course. In that first conversation that we had, when he first replied to me, he's like, just say Jew, just say Jew. This is about Jews, right? And when he gets a little bit of pushback, and when he has no counter positions whatsoever, when he can't, like, Because when you have a conversation with someone like myself, when you have a conversation with an anti-Zionist, an anti-fascist, if you yourself are a fascist and you're anti-Semitic, and you want to bring the conversation back to like spiritual, ideological basis, and there is obviously the ideological side of this argument as well. There's the Israeli lobby side of the conversation. That's fine, right? Like that's valid. That's valid to discuss. I discuss it all the time. I'm stuck between the Mearsheimer Chomsky approach, even though, you know, only one of those guys hasn't been on the Epstein Lolita Express. Let's be real. But I think both the prominence and the influence peddling operation that is a multi-billion-dollar endeavor of the Israeli lobby, most commonly known as AIPAC, but there's so many other groups there, that plays a significant role in American politics, a very significant role. I talk about that all the time. But also the very notion that Israel is the bulwark of American empire in a fucking resource-rich region, an unsinkable aircraft carrier with its own espionage capabilities, that plays a pretty fucking significant role in this equation. And these guys can't have that conversation because they have to take it back to this monolithic Jewry. They have to consistently say, this is about a global organized effort around Jews.
Like both of them have a point. I'm not a Hsan Abi or Nick Fuentes. I used to be more on the Nick Fuentes side, but recently he got the call in my opinion. I'm right in the middle in between them, you know. They both have solid points. I'm not sure which is which, so
Productive. It has nothing to do with addressing the actual problem, and the reason why is because just as the Holy Crusades had naught to do with defending Christianity at all, but was for pure plunder purposes, but Christianity was the galvanizing principle there, a way to justify it. The same principle holds for Zionism and its ties to Judaism. Are there a lot of Jews who are Zionist? Of course. But if Jews were monolithic, then Israel would not spend multiple billions of fucking dollars to make sure that every Western Jew, as soon as they're born, is locked into Zionism to the best of their ability and still fail to do so. Because there are plenty of young Jews, especially in the United States of America, many of them are in my community as well, that are anti-Zionist. They are some of our most valuable comrades. People who are anti-fascist, people who carry on the tradition of the Bolsheviks, people who carry on the revolutionary spirit that Jews historically have championed. At the end of the day, if there was this monolithic Jewry, then Israel and pro-Israeli investors would not actively try to propagandize Israel from such an early age to try to make every American and every Western Jew be super pro-Israel their whole lives. And they still fail to do so regardless. Okay? There is no group that is monolithic. This is tribalistic attitudes. This is stupid. This is just pure projection. It just reveals your position that dictates your position, your speculation, your belief system that says, no, all white guys think the same. All white guys are the same. We need to organize around whiteness. We need to organize around being Jewish. That's it. I don't work like that. I don't operate like that. And I don't think human beings operate like that. But when these guys run into someone who is an anti-fascist, their arguments fall apart. Because as I've said before, I've been an anti-Zionist. I've been loudly and proudly anti-Israel far before Nick Fuentes was even in the sphere of political commentary. When Nick Fuentes was trying to have sex with his roommate in college and then getting very upset that allegedly his roommate in college had a girlfriend, I was out there saying, fuck Israel. when he was watching Mark Levin videos.
That's funny. That is funny, though.
And getting radicalized into believing that there is some sort of great replacement that he later tied back to, Jewish trickery or whatever he fucking tied it back to. I was out there still saying Israel's an apartheid state because it was. Israel didn't become an apartheid state after October 7. You found out about it after October 7. Maybe not Nick, but many of you found out about it after October 7, after Israel's genocide. So that's why I laugh whenever these guys try to substitute consistent anti-Zionism and maintaining an anti-fascist and anti-imperialist principle, taking a principled stance against Israel because Zionism is a fascist ideology, Zionism is a racist ideology, and they try to turn it into anti-Semitism. Okay? No matter how much the ADL comes after me, and they certainly spend a good deal of time and effort, no matter how many articles are written about me in the Jewish Insider, I'm not going to cast aside my principles on this. No matter how many people say, oh, Hsan, you're doing Jewish exceptionalism. No, I'm not. I'm simply consistent. Anti-Semitism is a bigotry. And bigotry is, in the simplest terms, very stupid. It's just the wrong way of thinking. It's unproductive. It's idiotic. And it causes people to focus on the wrong things. It dilutes your attention. It dilutes your interests. And it causes you to be unprincipled. I don't do that. And at worst, obviously, anti-Semitism is dehumanizing rhetoric that has historically led to a whole great deal of atrocities in general. They're going to ban you from YouTube for this, my man. Why would they do that? What? For openly planting my flag once again on the issue of combating anti-Semitism while still being an anti-Zionist? Okay, I'll go somewhere else then. Fuck it, I'll go to Rumble. I'll figure it out.
To Rumble. That's the funniest thing. He's going to Rumble.
I can't believe this is so funny. Oh my God.
Conflating anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism is ironically what the likes of Nick Fuentes do, but it's also one that serves the purpose of Israel. Okay? That's why I say Nick Fuentes is basically an agent of Israel in many respects. Because as long as he is the one carrying the torch of anti-Zionism, and he is not, you can so easily turn around and go, yeah, this guy hates Israel because he hates Jews. Because that is the real reason why he hates Israel. Fascists hate Israel and Zionism because of jealousy. Okay? They want to do Israel here. And that's precisely the reason why this really, really triggered something in Nick Fuentes, because it exposes that contradiction. As a fascist, as a Christian nationalist, Nick Fuentes wants to do what Israel is doing, but in America for the in-group. In Israel, that in-group is determined as Jewish, right? In America, he wants to do that for what he has declared are white Christians. Now, whether Nick Fuentes is actually a part of that in-group or not, well, only time will tell. But that is why anti-Semites hate Israel. Not because of the human toll, not because of the endless amounts of support that they get from the United States of America in order to purge the made-up boundaries of the state of Israel in pursuit of the Greater Israel Project, to kill untold amount of Palestinians, starting off with 750,000 Palestinians that were forcibly displaced in an act known as the Nakba from 1947 onward. They don't hate Israel because Israel is a fascist state. A ethno-religious supremacist state that is ethnically cleansing non-Jews in the region, the indigenous population in the region. They hate Israel because they don't get to do it. Okay? They hate Israel because they want to be able to do the same thing here in the United States of America. It's pure jealousy. So once again, you got to say it. Fuck ICE. Fuck fascists. Fuck Trump. And fuck Israel. Now let's get back to Don Lemon.
Look at all the evidence. I'm not a protester. And so I think, Allison, not that I think I know, I was the biggest name. And so if they get a Don Lemon, woohoo, that's a victory. And also, I'm the one who put the information out there.
So the Trump administration wonders why people are saying that they are trying to form a dictatorship. Well, look at the landscape. Arresting Don Lemon, who covered a protest in Minneapolis, is just
arrested. No way.
Insane, ridiculous, dictator-like. This is the playbook that dictators use to destroy democracies and take the will of the people away. It is as simple as that. The First Amendment is the First Amendment for a reason. It is considered the preferred amendment when you have to start balancing what's more important. The framers of the Constitution knew that a free press was essential to a democracy. Without a free press, you don't have a democracy. And it's real clear that Donald Trump and company doesn't want a free press. The idea that a journalist, which Don Lemon has been for 30 years, would walk into a church and film a demonstration which is of national interest and